Hey guys, it's Myleik of curlBOX, and I have some really exciting news for you today. We are here with one of the super hit new brands that I've been seeing all over the gram. I have Naturally Smitten products here, and I have the founder, Tasha, who I feel like we've been in touch over the years because you've had versions of this product. And so I want to talk to you about kind of how you got here, because I have seen that this is at Walmart, which is huge. You went from having the products just online, having different versions, to Walmart. So tell me what your first set of products were. How do you get started? Because your hair looks great, by the way.
Thank you. My first set of products, I started off with, I went natural back in 2007.
Okay.
And in Ohio, natural was not cool. There was no products anywhere.
None.
You might have been able to find some kind of knockoff something.
Okay.
But because of my hair texture, I couldn't just put products in my hair and then just get this wash and go curl. My hair would shrink up and crunch up. So I had to create something to moisturize my hair because nothing worked.
Wow.
So I started in my kitchen making products, and the first time I made products, it was this beeswaxy mess because I didn't know what I was doing.
Okay.
And I came up with this hair butter, and it worked for my hair, so I started to give it out to everybody. And they were like, you know what, you should sell this. This is really good. So I started a shop on Etsy, and it was called Cocoa Shea Hair Butter from the Bear Fruit Company. That's what it used to be called. And it evolved over the years. But that's how I started, in my kitchen, just trying to fill a need.
And what was in that, those first few ingredients, what was in that you think really helped your hair?
My hair absolutely loves the combination of shea butter and coconut oil. So you see that in a lot of our products today. We use that combination as kind of our basis for
shea butter and coconut oil.
My hair just thrives off of it. So it was shea butter, it was coconut oil, we had vitamin E, and a slew of other oils or avocado oil and things like that in there, and it was really moisturizing.
Okay, and so how long so you started off on Etsy, and then from Etsy you took it on to your own website?
Yes, I built my own storefront. I'm also a web developer, so I built a e-commerce site.
Wow.
And I wanted to kind of be more professional, so I took it off Etsy, had my own storefront. I'm a graphic designer also, so I was doing all the graphics.
My goodness.
All the web programming, and I went from there, and that's kind of how we started.
Okay, and so how many years have you been doing this, and how long has Naturally Smitten been here?
Well, I started in 2009 actually making
2009,
products.
natural in 2007. Started making products in 2009.
2009.
Okay.
And then we officially became Naturally Smitten last year.
Okay. And so tell us about these products. Tell us what are people's favorites, and then I want to know because of this, what else are you working on?
The favorite is the moisturizing hair butter. That is the fave.
Okay.
It's just butter, so there's no water base to that. So it is purely 100%
Wow. Okay, because you can see that this is we're not playing. It's in here.
Yes. So that is all concentrated butter. And the fragrance that are in these products, I actually developed the fragrance. So because I used to make candles and things like that, I would hate when I would go to stores and I would be like, oh, I have that fragrance at home. So I created my own fragrance to be different.
This smells amazing, because sometimes you can't find, there will be things that I think everybody has their own scent temperament. And sometimes there's a product that we had so many people that loved it, but it's just it was just not my thing. It wasn't that I didn't think it worked fabulous, but it was just oh my God, I don't know that I want to smell like that. But I think sometimes it just depends on that. So you've got the hair butter, you made the fragrance, you have a tangle-free pudding. We've got the hydrating hair custard. What is the difference? I think even sometimes it's butter, custard, pudding.
Okay.
Tell me the difference.
Okay, the difference, other than the names all remind you of food.
Of food, yes, right.
I like to eat.
Right.
So starting with the Curl Delight Mist. The Curl Delight Mist is something that I used to always spritz my hair with water in the morning to refresh it, but water dries, and once it dries, it leaves nothing behind.
Right.
So I did the Curl Delight Mist as something that you can use as a everyday refresher. It could be a leave-in. I actually used it the other day to detangle my hair, and it's a great, the liquid or leave-in part of the lock method or the LCO method.
Okay.
So that is our Curl Delight Mist. It's good for protective styles if you have braids, twists, locks.
And it's nice and thick.
It's thick, but it's able to penetrate into the hair. So if you have braids, and you need that moisturizer, yes, absolutely, you can.
Don't neglect your hair and braids.
Absolutely
not.
Done.
Okay.
And then we've got the hair butter. The hair butter is, I think this is my favorite one.
Okay.
You can use it to oil your scalp if you've got dry, itchy scalp, dandruff, psoriasis, eczema in the scalp. The hair butter works really great. The first ingredient is shea butter. And you can also, my plug for this is that the moisture lasts for days. So I washed my hair 2-3 days ago and I have not added any moisture since. And it is still like popping with moisture. And that is because the hair butter is super concentrated. And then we've got the hydrating hair custard, which is also a favorite of mine. It's got all kinds of things in there. It's got neem oil, it's got coffee butter, it's got blueberry extract, it's got shea butter and coconut oil also. But my goal with this custard was to make a cream that's heavy. Because I would always make a cream, I would use a cream and then have to add an oil with it because the cream did not quite get the job done. So I wanted to make sure that these products were super concentrated, where if you wanted to just use them all as a standalone, that your hair would be great, especially for low porosity type 4 hair. We have the hardest hair to moisturize because it's resistant to moisture, so you have to trick it into absorbing moisture. So the hydrating hair custard is more of a concentrated cream that you would use for protective styles, braid outs, and it really gives you that pop and it gives you that that definition.
So is the pudding sort of the lightest?
Pudding's the lightest. Shockingly, I have a lot of customers that are type 3 hair that gravitate toward this pudding. It's on CurlMart, and this is our best seller on CurlMart, and it's been the best seller on CurlMart since we've been on there. It's got marshmallow root in there, which is, we all know, is a great conditioner. It's a great, it just provides great slips. So when you're trying to work through those, rascally knots and tangles, this is the thing that kind of helps loosen that, but it gives moisture also, but you can still use it as a daily moisturizer or cream.
And I love that on the back of these you have like sort of this, it says made with love for type 4 hair. So for girls who have, and then she has on the back, we'll make sure we show you this, that it has like 4A, 4B, 4C, so you can kind of break down your coils. And this is like super, like all of these things are super heavy and hydrating, which I think is really exciting. But what I think I like most about what you do is you've got some mentees here with you. You find it important to mentor other young, is it just young women or just young business owners? Like, why is it so important to you to be a mentor?
It's really, it's hard to explain. It's in my heart to really help, and it's in my heart to give. And it was really hard for me. I faced a lot of adversity in my entrepreneur journey. So when I see other women that have that passion in them and that are serious about it, because it's one thing to be passionate without being serious, but when they're serious about wanting to make changes and wanting to pursue that journey, it's a hardcore journey. It's not all Instagram highlight reels.
Or this.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of hours. It's a lot of sacrifice. It's just a lot. And I just want to be able to give in the areas that I was not able to have anyone to pour into me, as far as getting the advice, the one-on-one, let me counsel you through this, let me show you this, or let me show you how to apply for this, or the difference between a patent and trademark, and just so many different things. So I just want to help people, because I think that that's important, to give back and to sow and to like just help other people that, that are on their way.
I love that. I think it's obvious. I think it's so important. And I think that when you always have it in your mind to help others, you will succeed, because that's just sort of like the life cycle and the way things work. But if you could give us like sort of, and this may be too on the spot because I have people do this to me, but like one of your best lessons, or like something that, like a big mistake that you feel like you've learned from, or even, I know that you mentor everyone, but if you were mentoring a group, anybody who's watching this, like what are maybe 1 or 2 things that people can start working on now, regardless of like what business they're in, to get ahead? Like, what would you, I just asked you like 40 questions, but I gave you so many, so you can decide what of those what you want to do.
Okay. The one thing that I had the most difficulty in is finding my voice.
Wow.
And it was because, particularly with social media and branding, that's the one thing that I love, is social media and branding, and teaching people how to brand their product and to speak to their audience and to pick their niche and not feel like you have to market to everyone. With Naturally Smitten, I can't tell you how many times meeting with investors or meeting with potential business partners that I was told that you want to make a product that works for everyone. Why are you just picking this niche market? And I think you pick a niche market and you work it. That's your voice. You don't need to try to appeal to the masses or to make something that is for everyone. So I would say, value information, value advice, but at the same time, know what your heart says and to follow and do what's in you to do and what you're passionate about. Because oftentimes I think people give you advice with the greatest of intentions, but it's not always the route that you need to go for your business, and you have to kind of weigh those options. My husband always tells me to take the meat and throw out the bones. So you have to be able to decipher kind of like what is good to keep and what is, okay, let's just table that, or
or maybe it's just not for you, not for your temperament. But I completely agree with you. I think that sometimes it's so hard to make something for everyone.
It is.
I mean, I don't even know if that sort of thing is even possible, you know, but people want you to try, and I think sometimes you fall short. And I love that you have just decided, this is the area, this is the group that I'm working with, and people will appreciate you for that, because I think so often people have been forgotten in this, you know, or have been forced to sort of concoct everything. And so that's why I love the fact that you're like, you don't have to do a bunch of cocktailing with this. This is a one-stop shop. This is a moisture for days. And that's why we're really excited to work with you. And I really love the voice that you guys have on social media as well. It's amazing. And I appreciate you traveling all this way to talk with us today. And so thank you so much, Tasha. I'm so thrilled and excited to work with you and to see how our group responds to this and see the pictures. Excited. The pictures are always the best. Awesome. Yes. So thank you guys. Have a good one.